History is often written with the names of kings, warriors, and conquerors. But hidden between those pages are women whose power reshaped nations, whose wisdom stabilized empires, and whose leadership challenged the norms of their time. Today, we uncover the story of one such extraordinary woman. Her name was Queen Arwa Al-Sulayhi, a ruler who governed Yemen for more than 4 decades, whose authority was recognized by caliphs, whose name was spoken in mosques, and whose legacy still echoes across the Islamic world. She was not a queen in name alone. She ruled with intelligence, faith, and political brilliance in a world dominated by men. This is the story of Queen Arwa Al-Sulayhi, one of the most powerful women in Arab and Islamic history. Yemen before Queen Arwa. To understand Queen Arwa's greatness, we must first understand the world she inherited. In the 11th century, Yemen was a land of tribal divisions, political rivalries, and constant power struggles. Control over trade routes connecting the Indian Ocean, Red Sea, and Arabian Peninsula made Yemen strategically vital, but also dangerously unstable. The Sulayhid dynasty, aligned with the Fatimid Caliphate in Cairo, emerged as a stabilizing force. Yet even within this dynasty, leadership was fragile, threatened by rebellion, illness, and external enemies. It was in this volatile environment that Queen Arwa would rise, not by force, but by wisdom. Birth and early life. Queen Arwa was born around 1048 CE into a noble Yemeni family. From an early age, she stood apart from others. Unlike most women of her era, Arwa received a high-level education. She studied Islamic theology, law and jurisprudence, politics and governance, poetry, language and diplomacy. Her intelligence was evident and her confidence unmistakable. She observed power closely, learning how decisions were made and how authority was exercised. Even as a young woman, Arwa showed the qualities of a ruler: calm judgment, sharp insight, and a deep sense of responsibility. Marriage into power. Arwa married Al-Mukarram Ahmad, the ruler of the Sulayhid dynasty. This marriage placed her at the very center of Yemeni politics. But fate had other plans. Al-Mukarram Ahmad soon suffered from a severe illness that left him physically weakened and unable to govern effectively. In many societies, this would have led to chaos, or to power being seized by male relatives. Instead, something unprecedented happened. Queen Arwa stepped forward. At first, she ruled alongside her husband, managing state affairs, issuing orders, and resolving disputes. Over time, it became clear that she was the true power behind the throne, and the people accepted her authority. A woman on the throne by 1067 CE, Queen Arwa was ruling Yemen openly and independently. This was revolutionary. She did not hide behind palace walls. She did not rule in secrecy. She ruled publicly, legitimately, and confidently. Her decisions were final. Her commands were enforced. Her leadership was unquestioned. Even more remarkable, her name was mentioned in the Friday Khutbah, the most powerful symbol of political legitimacy in Islamic governance. This honor placed her among the highest ranks of Muslim rulers, male or female. Recognition by the Fatimid Caliphate. Queen Arwa's authority extended beyond Yemen. The Fatimid Caliphate in Cairo, one of the most powerful Islamic empires of the time, officially recognized her rule. She was granted the title of Hujjah, a high-ranking religious and political position. This recognition was unprecedented for a woman. It meant that her rule was religiously legitimate. Her political authority was internationally acknowledged. Her decisions carried spiritual as well as governmental weight. Queen Arwa was no longer just a regional ruler. She was a central figure in the Islamic world, governance and administration. Queen Arwa ruled Yemen for over 40 years, a rare achievement even among male rulers. Her governance was marked by political stability, strong administration, justice and fairness, strategic diplomacy. She appointed governors, managed taxation, oversaw military campaigns, and resolved tribal conflicts. Rather than ruling through fear, she ruled through law, intelligence, and negotiation. Under her leadership, Yemen experienced a long period of stability, something few rulers achieved in such a divided land. Military and strategic intelligence. Though not known primarily as a warrior, Queen Arwa understood the importance of military strength. She defended Yemen against rebellions, maintained control over key trade routes, used alliances rather than unnecessary wars. Her strength lay not in violence, but in strategy. She knew when to fight, when to negotiate, and when to wait. This balance kept her throne secure for decades. Religion and scholarship. Queen Arwa was deeply religious. She supported Islamic scholars, educational institutions, mosques, and religious centers. She believed that knowledge was the foundation of a strong state. Many historians describe her as both a political leader and a religious guide, a rare combination that earned her deep respect. Her court became a center of learning, attracting scholars from across the region. A queen in a man's world, Queen Arwa ruled in an era where women were expected to remain silent in public affairs, yet she shattered every limitation. She addressed officials directly, led political councils, issued official decrees, controlled state finances. And she did all of this without abandoning dignity, faith, or modesty. Her leadership redefined what was possible for women in Islamic societies. Personality and character. Sources describe Queen Arwa as wise and patient, calm under pressure, deeply principled, firm yet compassionate. She listened before deciding. She forgave when possible. She punished only when necessary. This balance made her beloved by the people and feared by her enemies. Later years and challenges. As she grew older, challenges increased. Political rivals attempted to weaken her authority. External pressures threatened stability. The dynasty itself faced decline, yet Queen Arwa remained steadfast. Even in old age, she continued to rule, advise, and guide Yemen with clarity and strength. Her resilience became legendary. Death of a legend. Queen Arwa Al-Sulayhi passed away in 1138 CE. Her death marked the end of an era. For over 4 decades, she had ruled Yemen, longer than most kings, stronger than many warriors, wiser than countless rulers. She left behind a stable legacy, a powerful example of female leadership, a name etched permanently into history. Her legacy today. Today, Queen Arwa is remembered as one of the greatest Arab queens, a pioneer of female leadership in Islam, a symbol of wisdom, strength, and faith. Her story challenges modern assumptions about history, gender, and power. She proves that leadership is not defined by gender, but by character. Why Queen Arwa matters. Queen Arwa Al-Sulayhi was not just a queen of Yemen. She was a queen of history. Her life reminds us that true power lies not in the sword, but in the mind. Not in fear, but in justice. Not in domination, but in wisdom. If you enjoyed this story, remember, history still holds many forgotten queens waiting to be rediscovered.